What's up, everyone? What's happening? George Balekji here with my main man, Travis Thomas.
Come on.
Good Friday, Foxborough Rush, baby.
TGIF.
We're hanging in the man cave. We're hanging in the bar, the establishment, the dive.
Where's the drinks? Anyone? No?
After.
It's okay.
After.
Okay. All right.
Cold one
well,
for
let's get this going.
I got a half pint and a pint with your name on it.
Yeah, now you're talking my language.
Not even upset the first one's
That's
a
why
half
we're
pint.
tight.
Hey, we got a packed show for you guys today. Hey, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Spoke on GMA.
Oh, no.
We're going to play the interview for you.
Well,
we have opinions on it. Multiple. We'll get into all that. Plus, guys, the schedule's out.
Yes.
I have the Patriots winning 10 games. Never thought I'd say that.
10?
But I do.
Wow.
A couple upsets, too, but I like the quarterbacks they got. So we'll run through all the games. We'll give you our win-losses, and we'll go through that.
All right.
And Christian Barmore cleared to play football for the Patriots.
Yep.
You'll hear from him at his press conference that he held, what he said about what kept him out, Mike Vrabel, and moving forward. But, Trav, I want to start with this. New reports coming out. The league is putting on the table new playoff format.
Oh, I like that.
So it's still 4 division champs, 3 wildcard teams.
Okay.
But the seeding is based off best record. So you can go 6-11 on the year.
Right.
Your 6 wins are against your division.
You win
your division.
Right.
You get in. You win your division, that doesn't mean you get a top 4 seed anymore.
Right.
You would then be a 5, 6, or 7.
Right.
And the team that didn't win their division, but's in your division, that had the better record, gets a higher seed. Compadre?
I'm with you. I have one question because I actually like this. I think the NFL should have been doing this for many moons, like reseeding.
Yeah, there is reseeding after the first round.
Okay, but my question is, let's go back to your example.
Cool.
Crappy team X wins that crappy division, 6, 7 wins, we'll call it,
I'm taking
right?
notes. Yeah.
You get a lower seed, no problem. But do you get a home playoff game for winning your division?
Higher seed.
Okay, then now I have a problem. I have entered the chat. It's not the crappy team X's fault. Insert name here. I mean, the first one coming to mind for me, going back in history, is the Seattle Seahawks.
7-9.
Were they 7-9? I remember it was a bad record
against the Saints, beating
that was
Drew
a
Brees.
beast-quake run, right, at home. That team, that division stunk that year, but that team deserved to be in the postseason, as we know, as we saw. They went on to win the game, and they deserve a home playoff game for winning your division. I don't mind reseeding. You stunk, your division stunk, you're a lower seed. That's not a problem. You should still have a home playoff game. It's not the team's fault. So in this case, the Seahawks, right? But it could be anything. It could be the Patriots this season. If for some reason the AFC East stinks, the Patriots win 8 games, 7 games, and they win the AFC East, they should host a playoff game for winning the division. It's not the Patriots or whoever's fault that your division stinks. It's almost like you're being penalized for winning a crappy division that's not your fault. You won it, so you should have a home playoff game.
But you're being penalized for being a bad team. If you only win 6 games, you're
Fair.
a bad team.
Then reseed me. I think that's my point.
And
it's
there's
like, they make
reseeding
me
after the
a
first.
7 seed. Who cares? But I should still host a damn game.
As a 7 seed.
Right.
Okay.
But I guess
think
they
of the
look at
Giants-
it as like, what's the point of doing that if you're not going to be? We're not giving you a home game. I just think you're being penalized for winning your division if your division's not good. But it's like, damn, what do you want me to do?
The point of this isn't to help out the bad teams that win their division.
Yeah.
It's to make weeks 17 and 18 more interesting.
I get it.
Eagles,
I get it.
Rams, everyone's
Yes.
resting it.
Yeah.
That's what their mission is.
Because all the chips are on the table.
Yeah.
But again, even in this, okay, who'd you say, Cowboys, Eagles? Let's say that the NFC East stinks, and that game is for the division. It just so happens that that team, whoever wins it, wins 8 games or 7 games. So they're not going to get a home playoff. It just doesn't make sense to me. I think it's not really fair. If you're winning your division, regardless of record, you should host your wild card weekend playoff game.
If I win my division, I'm in a bad division, the NFC South. I'm the Colts. I win my division,
Yes.
which won't happen because they don't do it. But I will get a higher seed than, say, the Vikings or the Bears, who don't win their division but come out of a more difficult division.
Agreed. So we're still on the same path.
I hear what you're saying. I'm for awarding the team out of the tougher division, but I get it. You
Yes,
don't want to give them
the
home
seeding
field.
I don't have a problem with.
Yeah.
It's the home playoff game, not having a home playoff game if you win your division. I just don't think that makes sense.
If I'm the Vikings and I finish second in that division, because the Bears, Packers are so good, the Lions are so good, I should get home field over the bad team out of the NFC South, like the Panthers winning 6 games.
No problem there.
So,
but again, Yeah, I guess I do disagree.
Yeah, you do. It's fine.
If you are playing a lesser team,
yeah.
in your case that you just laid out,
Yeah.
if you're the second team in a decent
really good division,
and then you play a crappy team that won theirs, you're saying the better team record-wise should have home field. That's right. That's our disconnect.
Yeah.
I think the crappy team that won their crappy division, reseed them to number whatever, but they still should host that game.
You're right. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm wrong.
Well, the NFL's right. They're the ones that they're changing it. There's nothing I can do.
It's again, they want those late games to be more interesting.
Yeah, I get
That's what they're pushing.
It makes sense.
All right, so we talked about the Giants. We got to talk about a New York Giant. Okay. Michael Strahan invited Bill Belichick onto his show. We all know the disaster. The disaster that was his CBS interview. DISASTER, disaster. That was his CBS interview. He hopped on GMA this Friday morning, spoke with Michael Strahan about his book and Jordon Hudson. We're going to play it for you guys. We have some thoughts after. Check it out right here.
Bill Belichick, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Great to be here. I appreciate you not wearing your rings.
Yeah, I'm not going to wear the ring. I only got one. You got 8. I just pointed out there. And you wrote this book. We're going to talk about the book right now because it's sitting there right next to you. It's not only a playbook for the game of football. It's a playbook for the game of life. So I'm just curious, why now? Why did you decide to write this book?
Well, I had an opportunity to do it. I've thought about it, several years ago, and it just, when you're in the moment, you're in the season. It's just even there is no off season. You're just running. You're on the treadmill and you're running. So last year I had a little more time to do it, and it just was able to collect some thoughts, brought back a lot of good memories. Some not so good ones, of you sacking us and all that, but it was a great opportunity to just get some thoughts on paper and put it together. And again, it's not about how to live your life; it's kind of how I did my job. And if there's a lesson in it for somebody, great. And hopefully, there's some entertaining stories.
But you got a lot of lessons, you got a lot of entertaining stories, and you dedicate a few special pages to people along the way. Page 199 is dedicated to your 199th pick in 2000 drafts, Tom Brady. And you say you share a story about something that you heard him say or he said earlier that you've never shared before. What was that?
Which one?
The one about in the hallway would have scored 40.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look, after every game, Tom always was, we left a lot of points on the field. We can be better. We might win by 30, and it'd be like, we could have won by another 20. I missed this pass. We missed that play. He's always striving for perfection. And think about Tom, and you think about improvement, that's really what football is about. You play once a week. You got 6 days to prepare, 6 days to improve and get ready for the game. Tom Brady was a 4th-string quarterback. I mean, who has a 4th-string quarterback and ended up being the greatest player, of all time? And so that's a lot of work, that's a lot of dedication, and that's a lot of commitment and discipline. So, he's really the poster boy for improvement and consistency.
And the GOAT. I mean, what he did and what you two did together has been unmatched and probably would not be matched by anyone. And the fact that he's in the hallway going, I would have scored 40, but not sharing it publicly. That's how his private confidence that he had in himself. And you had a lot of career-defining moments, 6 Super Bowl victories as a head coach. But you say in the book there's no such thing as the big game. I'm trying to understand that one. There's no such thing as a big game. What do you mean by that?
Well, we played in our stadium and practiced in our stadium, right? Everything was done in the stadium. So every time we walked into the building, it was the same every day. Do your job, work hard, pay attention to details, and put the team first. And it didn't matter whether it was OTAs in the spring or whether it was the AFC Championship game. Our message and our job was the same every day. Make the most out of every day. Work hard, be attentive, put the team first, and most importantly, do your job and do it well. And so we never felt like, the moment's too big for us. We haven't been here before. A lot of the things we did in practice were harder in the game. Like spraying the balls with silicone to make them harder to handle, and turning up the noise so that you couldn't hear anything, and putting 30 seconds on a 40-second clock instead of 40, so the offense had to operate quicker. We tried to make it a little bit harder in practice than it was in the game. And so when we talked about the big games, a lot of times those moments, hopefully we'd already experienced, or something even a little more difficult. The silicone balls, they hated those.
Well, I can see right now, that was a secret. I wish I'd known that secret a long time ago. But it's evident that you love coaching, and you're a leader. And you always say that a leader doesn't you don't say what you need to say, you say what your team needs to hear. So for somebody in their personal life or their professional life, how does that work? How do they know what the team needs to hear?
Well, I'd say, as a coach, when things are going well, you're getting a lot of praise. Everybody's just heaping the praise on. And I was really the voice to bring things down. It's like, well, we're not as good as everybody's saying we are. Here's all the things that we're not doing well. We need to do better. And vice versa, if things aren't going well, there's a lot of criticism. Everybody's upset. But, actually, we're doing enough things good enough to win, or we're doing some things good enough to win, but not enough. And we got to get these other things up to where they need to be, and then we'll be okay. So I always try to be the balance on that. When things were bad, I try to be positive. When things were good, I had a way of trying to bring things down and say, look, don't believe the hype. We still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those interviews, Coach. You definitely knew how to bring it down sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you. The University of North Carolina, you're now the new head coach. Your dad was the coach there. Your dad, Steve, 1953 to 1955. How did it feel for you to follow in your father's legacy?
It feels great. It really feels great. I grew up around college football at the Naval Academy, and some of the great teams there, especially the '63 team, '60 team, great teams and great players there. Staubach, Tom Lynch, Pat Donnelly, and those guys. And they were great leaders, great people, and great inspirations to me. And I learned a lot from watching them. And so I've always kind of tried to make my team look like those teams, the kind of teamwork, camaraderie, communication, toughness, and resilience that those guys had. And of course, those are the days where you had two-way players, so you only had half as much practice time. So the efficiency that the coaches had in practice to get a full practice in offense, defense, and the kicking game with the same guys was pretty good. So I learned a lot there, and so it's great to be in college working with young kids.
Do you have to change your coaching style from pros to college?
Not too much, because they're so eager, they're hungry, they have dreams, they want to be good. I want to help make them good, and I want to help make them good on a good team. So it's really been exciting to work with these guys. Some of them don't have bad habits either, and you can start to mold some of them. Now, some of them don't have some of the good experience habits that a great player has, but it's great to work with them. They've been very enthusiastic, and we've made a lot of progress. Got a long way to go, of course.
Yeah, college kids are learning, but you've had a transformation since your coaching days with the Patriots. You've done some things I never thought I'd see you do before. You had gigs on TV. You're putting your personal life out on social media. Now you went back to college to coach. So what would the Patriots Bill Belichick say to the UNC Bill Belichick? What kind of advice would you have if you had any?
Again, for me, it's all about learning. I learn every day, and I've learned so much being back in the college environment, with whether it be recruiting, the college game, the rules, the hash marks, some strategy, and just putting a team together. But I've learned a lot. I learn every day. I've got a great staff. Michael Lombardi's done a great job for me in terms of bringing the personnel side of it together, and us having a shared vision, kind of like we had in the NFL. We have a coach, general manager model, and so that's been great as well to work with him and to go through the process of reacclimating to a little bit of it. It's football, still football, but there's certainly some differences, and it'll be interesting to see how the whole House settlement comes out with what the rules are exactly with roster size and compensation for the players, NIL, and all that, and trying to figure out how to maximize giving the players the the financial rewards they deserve, at the same time maintaining the competitive balance on your team. Like we had to do with salary cap in the NFL. Yeah,
and I know that a lot has been made also in the professional life, but also your personal life, because it's spilled over into your professional life in a lot of ways, and a lot has been made about your relationship with Jordon Hudson. It's been getting a lot of attention. She isn't here this morning, but what do you think about all the attention that your relationship has been getting?
Yeah, well, she's been terrific, through the whole process, and she's been very helpful to me. She does the business things that don't relate to North Carolina that come up in my life, so I can concentrate on football, and that's really what I want to do. I acknowledged her in the book. She was very helpful on that with the tribute pages, and also giving a perspective of the book from kind of a business side. Sometimes I get a little football technical, and so she did a good job of keeping me on balance there.
So what did Jordon mean to you?
Well, we have a good personal relationship, and I'm not talking about personal relationships, Michael. You know that.
Okay, I know that, Coach. But I'm saying, are you happy?
Yeah.
You look happy.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see you doing yoga. Only happy people do yoga, Coach. Only happy people do yoga. Well, I know a lot's been made about all of this, and I just hope that the focus gets back on you and if you're happy, we're all happy for you.
I appreciate it, Michael.
And I wish you well at UNC. Good luck this year coaching, and the art of winning. You know a lot about that, and I appreciate you being here this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity. Thanks a lot.
You know what really gets my goat is, why is it when Michael Strahan, your buddy, your friend, asks you about the relationship? Oh, you know I'm not talking personal relationships, Mike. You know that. Why the hell not? You talk to everybody else. We can't get enough. All we hear is about you and Jordan. We see you taking pictures. You're fishing. She's a mermaid. Come on, Bill. Like what? But you sit down with Strahan, your boy. You can set the record straight. This is where you can open up, bro. Like, we have podcasts getting views and retweets just about you and Jordan. Nobody cares about the podcast, but they'll watch because all the people on it are talking about y'all. They're directing the narrative. They're controlling the whole thing. But you have an opportunity to sit with your boy, Michael Strahan, someone we all trust. And Strahan, how about you? You didn't even go at him, dog. You come out there with the big gap tooth and the softball question, and Bill, I beat you twice, but you got more rings. This was terrible. This whole thing was terrible. This was a waste of time. So, Bill, you can't talk to him. You can't give us the real. You can't set the record straight once and for all with Michael Strahan. You say to him, you know I'm not talking about that. But you put all the rest of your business out in the streets. It almost, to me, feels like Bill is struggling with the brand. Here's what I mean. All this happened too fast. When Bill was done with the Patriots, right, and he started doing, because Strahan said this, you started doing more TV, you were really good. He was. Why? Because Bill was in a position where you would watch game tape.
Yeah.
He would break down what's going on. What was the defense thinking here, Bill? What was the quarterback? What did they see here, Bill? And he was brilliant. And you saw organically more of his personality come out, right?
Yeah.
But then, I mean, damn, you went the whole other way. And now we learn about your personal life. You got this young love and all this new personality we're not used to seeing. I don't think that was the right move. Hindsight 2020, right? He can't go back into time. But George, like, this is a guy who hated the media forever, and I think I'm starting to see why. It wasn't just because of the distractions. It's because you're not really good at it. Like, when we really sit down and get to know you, really, we're just like, you're awkward. There were awkward moments.
Yeah.
Strahan asked him a simple question.
He didn't write the book.
Bro, a layup out of your book.
What do you mean? What Brady story? What did I put
About
in there?
Tom, what was
What
the
did
story?
I tell the publisher?
How do you not know the story? Like, he was unprepared for this.
He literally said the story in the hallway.
That's
like,
what I'm
narrowed
saying.
it down.
He gave you a softball. This is my point. This dude, man, the more he talks, just straight personality, the more I'm turned off. You better focus on football. I wrote this down. 6 wins for UNC last season. By the way, caught 2 L's. 2 against New England. You lost in Chestnut Hill, and then you lost to the Huskies in Fenway for the bowl game. Hey, man, Bill, you better focus on football. You better practice what you preach. Hopefully, this thing is put to bed. I thought he had an opportunity to do that here, and he didn't with Strahan. He could have gave us all the tea, and then said, moving forward, we're just focused on football. I would have taken that. This was awkward and clunky and weird, bro. You should have just stuck to the coaching thing until it was all over. When UNC chapter is closed, then you should have jumped off the porch with the young girl and all the personality. But what you're doing now, bro, I mean, you just look terrible. You look ridiculous.
Put the team first. This is stuff he said. Put the team first. That's one of his foundations of being a head coach. Put the team first. You're not putting the team first by letting your girlfriend walk all over the practice field. I was the voice to bring things down. Yeah, but you won't take a voice to bring you down from your ego and from your mountaintop. Communication, toughness, camaraderie, that's what's important for a team. Communication, toughness. You won't let someone communicate to you and someone be tough to you to say, dude, stop her. She's not good for you. Be happy, the two of you, but let her step back and be aside. Asked about his coaching style. Some don't have bad habits. You know, pointing out that he looks into bad habits and players and tries to fix them. You got bad habits staring you in the face every dang day from your partner. This is the one, all about learning. Learn every day. Learn so much being back in the college environment, strategy, putting the team together, great staff. All about learning. Learn every day.
Yeah.
Bro, you have not learned once over the last 4 years since you met her in February 2021. He has not learned once. And when I say, what has he not learned? To tell her, hey, real estate, do it. We're helping me with, I love it. But please, just don't worry. Just don't worry.
Keep it
I'll
private.
do the football. I'll do UNC. And let's just hang and be happy.
Yes.
He's the biggest hypocrite. And the best was she isn't here this morning. That's that public come out of, all right, she's taking a step back.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Strahan gave him a bunch of opportunities to kind of like clear the air. You should have just owned it. Hey, listen, this is what's going on. You could have blamed everyone else. You could have passed the buck and been like, the media's been unfair to her. We don't do this. She don't do that. And he didn't. It was so awkward. This interview was a waste of time. I didn't get anything from the book either.
No.
You don't even know the book, bro. And by the way, here's the other part. You should have also just done sports shows or sports adjacent, like Strahan sports adjacent. I get it. But you should have just come to sports shows and promoted this book. That's where you got in trouble the first time, too. 60 Minutes, dog. They're going to ask you the question.
It was CBS Sunday Morning. It's all fluff pieces.
Come on, bro.
He messed up because he's given her power and he didn't learn that she needs to take a step back. Her doing the polka dot bikini for an underdog commercial.
Right.
He didn't stop that.
He didn't stop
her
it.
putting herself in the Dunkin' Donuts commercial. He didn't stop that.
No.
Even at the end. Very helpful to me. Giving perspective from a business side. He thinks she's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's a master manipulator. And he's obviously cognizant, like smart. Like I joked about it, it might be elderly abuse.
Sure.
It's not. He's fine. He's sharp. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He just lets you take advantage of it.
Right.
That's just like the scary part in all this.
He jumped off the porch too soon.
He is the biggest hypocrite in the world.
Yes.
Because everything he's built off, this book that he's written, everything he's built off, his entire image and his aura, and all his success, do your job, do what's best for the team, be selfless, and you know what? Take accountability. He doesn't have any of that because she has sabotaged his entire image and his being, and he's just letting it run amok.
Bill, you done already fumbled 2025, bro. 2026, we need a new you, new Bill. Like, we got to come out next year strong. You done already, this year's over. Like, you've already fumbled. And again, going back to the football, the Tar Heels may struggle, too, out of the gate. New coach, tough schedule. I just told you what the deal was with them last season. So, Bill, man, 2026, we got to recalibrate, man. Call us. Come on, Foxborough Rush. We'll help you. We'll get you the play-by-play blueprint for how you handle things outside of the football field.
Jordan, come on, too.
Jordan, too. You're welcome, too, Jordan.
Same guy that benched Malcolm Butler without any actual reason in the 2017 Super Bowl, allowed Nick Foles to throw all over his defense, where I think a cornerback would have made a difference.
All right, relax.
When your quarterback and Tom Brady throws over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns as an all-time performance, and you end up losing, what, 43-38?
This feels personal.
What was that final score, real quick?
Bill.
I'm just saying, the guy that would bench at 41-33, excuse me, that's still a point loss. And you know, if you get a stop and then you help out your quarterback get better field position by starting Malcolm Butler, who's still playing well at that point, I think you'd be okay, Bill.
Bill, I hope you got that message
Accountability.
clear. Accountability.
It does not matter with this guy.
Also, just so you know, Bill and Jordan, if you come on here, you're welcome. But we ain't slinging them softball questions like Michael Strahan. No, we are journalists. We are getting to the bottom of everything. And we're not talking about that. Oh, we talking about it today.
You know what that interview was? I get one word out of it. S-I-M-P. Simp.
Simp.
We'll take a break on Foxborough Rush. When we're back, no more Belichick talk, no more of that. We're going to look at the Patriots schedule. Hey, X is behind us. We're on to the new team, and stuff's looking good. Flourish in 2025. We'll break down their schedule, the quarterbacks they face, and more upcoming on Foxborough Rush. We're back on Foxborough Rush. All right, Trav, let's get into the schedule. So you guys know it. The Patriots 2025 schedule has come out.
Yep.
Let's run through them real quick. All the games, give me win-loss. We'll disagree on some, and then after we'll talk about, all right, why. So let's start week 1, Raiders.
I'd like to preface my comments by saying
win-loss, Travis.
These Patriots are favored in 11 games this season.
I can't believe I'm seeing it.
And I'd just like to present some gambling opportunities for you all. We'll start with week 1 here. This is a win, and I'm laying the 3.5 because the Patriots are going to beat the hell out of the Raiders.
Okay, week 2, Dolphins. I have a win against the Raiders, loss against the Dolphins. What do you think, Dolphins?
This is a coin flip game. I could see it's at Dolphins. I'll give them a loss. They always, Miami's tough.
Pittsburgh, win-loss.
In Miami.
Home against Pittsburgh.
Coin flip. I don't know who's playing quarterback, so I'm going to go win for now. I also don't believe in Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on. We'll go through it and we'll go to
Well,
the game.
I'm just saying.
Win-loss, you'll explain it. I'll give you the shot.
All right.
Trust me. Win-loss on the next one. Carolina Panthers.
Also, coin flip.
I'm going win.
Panthers were hot last season. Just to stay fair, I'll go loss here.
Ooh.
I think the Panthers, the way they ended last season, that's a real team now.
I like this. All right, at Buffalo Bills Sunday Night Football, I have a loss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to split, though, so I'll go loss
At
there.
Saints, win.
Yes.
I have a win, too. At Tennessee Titans, I have a win.
Yes.
All right. Home against the Browns, I have a loss.
I don't know why the
Why
hell
don't
you
I
have a loss
there?
I don't know why you have a loss.
Win.
That Browns are
No, we'll get-
atrocious.
Home against the Falcons, win or loss.
That could be a loss.
I have a loss, too.
Yeah,
So
that
you'll
could be
go
a
L.
loss.
At Tampa Bay, I have a loss.
I have a loss.
Okay. Home against the Jets, Thursday Night Football, I have a win.
I'll split. I'll go win there.
All right. At the Bengals the following week, I have a win.
I have a loss.
Okay,
I, think
I like
you're
it.
tripping. That's Joe Burrow.
Home against the Giants Monday Night Football, win or loss.
Assuming Burrow's healthy.
I have a win.
I have a win. Giants
Okay.
suck.
Bye week. Home against the Buffalo Bills Sunday, I have a loss.
I had them split, right? So I had them lose in Buffalo. I'll give them. You know what? I'm going to go loss.
I'm going to go win. All right, I like it. At the Baltimore Ravens, I have a loss.
L.
At the New York Jets, I have a win.
I have them splitting, so I have a loss here, but either way,
Okay. Home against the Dolphins to finish it out, I have a win.
I have a win as well.
All right, perfect. So this is why I was speeding you up, respectfully. Week 1 against the Raiders, it's Geno Smith versus Drake Maye. It's Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins against a revamped, rebuilt Patriots offensive line. Tom Brady's return to Gillette. It's Aston Ginty who will be running that offense against what was a really bad run defense. Yeah. This Raiders team, though, man, it's still not a good team. Pete Carroll's there. They bring some credibility. I'm going with a better quarterback. I'm going Drake Maye. I think they win at home, opening up against the Raiders. They beat the Raiders.
I think you're nice. I'm laying the 3.5 because the Raiders suck. Next.
At the Dolphins, they're going to be healthy. Tua will be playing quarterback, we assume. Tyreek Hill's legs will still be okay. And it's down in Miami, the high heat,
Always
the
hot.
humidity. Now,
Yeah.
these guys are familiar playing in Miami,
Yeah.
but I go loss there. It's just weird things happen in South Beach. I go loss.
Yeah, this isn't one of the games they're favored in. I think that's for good reason. Unless Travion Henderson is the second coming of Corey Dillon, which is possible, I don't think. Look, to beat the Dolphins, you have to be tough.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's finesse, they're gonna work you, especially in their building. I'll go Dolphins. I'll go Dolphins win here. I think they lose to the Dolphins in Miami. I don't think they're going to be physical enough by that point of the season
Patriots.
to be able to get it done.
I think they'll be physical enough. The speed of the Dolphins offense, and that Dolphins team will still be relatively healthy.
In week 2,
and it's just
they'll be healthy.
Miami's weird, man. Every time they go down to Miami, it's weird. It is a trap game because of all the distractions away.
Right.
We'll see. And this is a young team. Week 3, home against the Steelers.
Favorite
Dude,
here.
Mason Rudolph or Will Howard right now could be playing quarterback.
Well, right.
It's most likely Aaron Rodgers, who's washed and sucks. So I give them the win there, man.
Yeah, I'm going to win as well. This is
Some good
another
defense,
game.
but-
Patriots favored here by 1.5 points. I'm with you.
I would lay the points.
And by the way, I am anticipating that it's Aaron Rodgers. So I am
Same.
making this prediction in good conscience that it's Aaron Rodgers and that he stinks. He is old and washed, as you said.
Yeah.
We don't even know if he's going to be sober. I mean, by what is this, week 3? He may have just come out of the darkness retreat.
Yep.
He might have just walked out of the woods like, hey, where's the game at? All right, let's go.
He's going to find an old mine shaft
Yeah.
from the original
Yes.
Pittsburgh days to climb
Yes.
out of.
Yes.
If when Rodgers ends up being their quarterback, what does that line shift to? It's 1.5 to favor the
I mean,
Patriots.
it's
Does
not
it become
gonna-
-1, Pats? Like it shifts to half a point.
It'll be a pick 'em. And you have to remember, what is this, week 3, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on what happens. If the Patriots are 2-0 and hotter than fish grease, they're going to be they'll be more.
2.5.
But
Our-
Steelers, we'll see.
Week 4 against the Panthers. This
I
is
like this
interesting.
Panthers
This is a
team.
good team.
I like them.
Offensive line's good. Chuba Hubbard's a good running back.
Yeah.
They had Ted McMillan with Xavier Legette, 2 really big receivers, and Bryce Young ended the season with confidence.
That's right.
Their defense is doesn't scare me. I think this is a close game. I think it's going to be really tight, but I think the Patriots win this one. I think they open up 3-1 on the year.
These are two similar franchises right now where they're
Trajectory
at.
and stuff.
Yeah, Panthers won 5 games last season, but towards the end, as you said, they got hot, started to figure it out. I think a lot of times teams in that position, when they come back the next season, that can carry over. I like the Panthers. I'm going loss here for the Patriots, but I will acknowledge this is one of those coin flip games.
At Bills, Week 5, Sunday Night Football.
You're
I think
not
that's the
winning.
hardest game on the schedule.
You're not going to win that.
No. This Bills team, too, the offense still leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
But look at their defensive line alone. Greg Russo, Daquan Jones, Ed Oliver, Joey Bosa. That could be their starting defensive line.
Right.
They took all their draft assets went to the defense. They got Landon Jackson out of Arkansas, who's a good run-stopping defensive end and can create pressure. Deion Walker out of Kentucky, whose motor doesn't run hot, can take plays off, like at his size is a massive human, can blow up the middle of the pocket, but it's not there every play, but he's your backup defensive tackle. Then they got TJ Sanders, game record from the interior as well, backup defensive tackle, and AJ Epinesa out of Iowa, who's okay. They have an 8-deep defensive line room against an offensive line for the Patriots with a rookie left tackle. We don't know who's at left guard. Grant Bradbury, who's okay at center. Mike Onwenu, who's good at right guard. And Morgan Moses, who's an older right tackle. It's not even just Josh Allen, who I think can still beat this defense. It's that defensive line. I think that's a real test.
Yeah.
How do they play? Steelers defensive line and the Bills defensive line, but that Bills team's good. Sunday night in Buffalo, that's going to be they get punched in the mouth. Man, I think that's going to be the hardest game of the year for them.
No doubt. I agree. Josh Allen in primetime is a problem. And I just don't think, look, the Patriots are close, but they ain't there yet. There are levels to this, and the Bills are at a higher level, especially at home. It just is what it is.
What about week 6 at New Orleans?
Good thing for the Patriots that the Saints are tanking for Arch Manning. So that's a dub for the good guys.
This team's so bad. Interesting. It's good they play Buffalo early. You're in Buffalo on October 5th, not in December, where it could be like negative 30.
Right.
But you go from at Buffalo in October, which is favorable to play there, then into a dome in New Orleans. They beat the Saints. Then after that, revenge game. Mike Vrabel, week 7. In Tennessee. Beats the Titans. Double middle fingers to Amy Adams Strunk up to the owner's box. Notice I'm showing my fist, so I'm not actually flipping off our wonderful viewers. This is a Titans team in a rebuild, playing a rookie quarterback. They beat the Titans.
On the not-so-frozen tundra of whatever their stupid field is called. Vrabel's going to win that game. There's no doubt about it. And the Titans stink. That doesn't hurt. Although Cam Ward, I do anticipate will make that team better. It's hard to be much worse. They were rock bottom last season. But I think that's a win for the Patriots. I'll take Drake Maye and Vrabel.
Week 8, home against the Browns. We have them winning 2 in a row at Saints, at Titans.
Yes.
Brother, it's going to be Shador Sanders or Dylan Gabriel starting at quarterback. I have full confidence. If anything happens to the two of them, it's going to be Kenny Pickett. They're beating the Browns.
Gross.
Browns team's bad.
3 wins in a row. We agree on it. Browns, I actually think they might actually blow out the Saints, blow out the Titans, and blow out the Browns. This time of the season, beware. Buyers beware. Because we're all going to be drinking the Kool-Aid. We're going to be like, this team is back. They're going to Super Bowl. No, they played the Saints, Titans, and Browns 3 times in a row. So everyone just take a breath.
That's a stretch of 3 rookie quarterbacks in a row. Tyler Shuck, Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, or Dylan Gabriel.
Tyler Shuck.
I know.
Yuck.
And then this is the low-key sneaky game. I think they lose to the Falcons.
I do too.
Coming off that high. It'll be at home, but that's Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, revamped defensive line with Jalen Walker and James Pierce up front. I think that's a tough game. That's a better Falcons team a lot of people give credit to. That's a tough offense to keep up with a good quarterback in Penix, who will make his sophomore jump. I think they lose to the Falcons.
So I have them 5-4 right now. Where are you at with this?
I have them 1 more win. I have 6 wins at that point.
So you're 6-3.
6-3 through 9 weeks.
All right. We're not far off.
This team won 4 games the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'll take it. That's why I said caution between Saints, Titans, and Browns, because we're going to start thinking, oh, here we go. I don't think it's quite time yet for the Patriots.
We'll take a quick break. When we're back, we'll talk the second half of the schedule. When they come off that Falcons L, Buccaneers, Jets, Bengals, Giants, we'll talk that. Coming up on Foxborough Rush. Welcome back, Foxborough Rush. George Balekji, Travis Thomas. All right, we got through the first 10 weeks of the season. Now let's go weeks 11 through 18.
I'm at 5 wins right now. First 9 weeks, I'm at 5 wins, 5-4 right now. So we pick up with the Buccaneers in Tampa. So
That's
road
week
1.
10.
Yeah, road 1. So I'm at 5-4. You're at what, 6-3?
6-3. I think they lose to Tampa. That's a good team at Tampa too.
Me too.
Baker versus Drake Maye, but that's a playoff team. Good defensive line. Did well in the draft too. I think Tampa gets a win here. They're not ready yet to beat playoff teams that are serious like this. And I'm going to run through the quarterbacks they're facing. Baker's going to kind of be that shock. So I have them losing to the Buccaneers.
Same. No disagreement here.
Short week, go from Tampa back home, hosting the Jets. You have win or loss here.
Well, I just went split with the Jets anyway. So listen, I gave them benefit of the doubt. that the Jets can figure out a way to win that game in the Meadowlands. For this game, because it's at home, because of the primetime element, I will take the Patriots.
I'm giving them a loss against the Jets. I really don't know why, but I think it's coming off the losses to the Falcons and the Bucs, where your confidence is a little shot, then short week face a Jets team. Now, they'll be motivated, but maybe take them a little lightly. I don't know. I think they split the Jets. It's the Jets. It's weird. It's Aaron Glenn, a defensive-minded head coach. Someone maybe could pick out how to attack a Drake Maye. Good Jets defense, too.
One thing to think about with the Jets that I like is they have this bravado about them now with Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
They told Aaron Rodgers, no, bruh, go ahead in the woods and do what you do. We're good here. I actually think Justin Fields turning that, giving him that, turning that leap over to him with a really good defense, strong run game, the Jets could low-key be decent. Relax, Jets fans, okay? Decent. And I'll stop there because it is still the Jets.
All right, so after that Jets game Thursday night, on the road at Cincinnati, very difficult game. This one is a 1 p.m. kickoff, which I'm shocked by. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe gets moved to that 4:25 window. Joe Burrow versus Drake Maye. We could see it happen.
Could see that.
Maybe it gets flexed into a primetime game as well. But
I dig it.
I have them winning and beating the Bengals on the road. I have them losing to the Jets and beating the Bengals.
So you just sell me this heavyweight bout between Drake Maye and Joe Burrow, and you're telling me Drake Maye is going to win that in Joe's house.
Mike Vrabel's going to win it. And here's what I want you to think.
Boy.
It's the Patriots coming off the Thursday night game. Extra prep going out to Cincinnati to face Joe Burrow. I don't love, still, the Bengals' construction as a defense is porous and terrible. Their offense is still a 2-3 man show. And this is a Patriots team that's more compact. I think Mike Vrabel, Drake Maye, and the motivation they'll have. Falcons, Buccaneers catching L's, especially against the Jets, on the road at Cincinnati. That game will be all spotlight on them. I think they beat the Bengals on the road.
Dog, you
Remember
just
this.
gloss over. They're just a 2 or 3 man team. They're two of them. I like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins.
Yeah.
That's probably the best 1-2 combo wide receiver.
100%.
And then you have when healthy. If Joe Burrow's hurt, I'm with you.
I don't know if Trey Hendrickson is playing. I'm not even worried about Joe Burrow. His offensive line isn't fantastic. It's not. It's in a way of like the offensive line's not great.
Yeah.
The defense, they went guards and off-ball linebackers, and they went with Shamar Stewart, who's holding out. I just don't get it. I think they beat the Bengals, man.
That's when I'm going L. But this is why our records will be different.
It's the extra prep leading into that game against the Bengals.
Sure.
That's where I look at it. All right, then after that,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Monday Night Football hosting the New York Giants. That's a win.
Yes. Another game. Patriots favored by 3 in that. I will be laying points, Larry. Thank you very much.
Hey, that's where that game could get flexed, and it's not because of the Patriots. It could be because of the Giants.
Yes.
Jameis Winston,
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
I don't even know why that made
Move the game.
prime time. Why
Plug
is
their
that a
nose.
Monday night game? I'm happy for the Patriots, but could they not have played someone else? Why are we doing this?
Jackson Dart, if he's playing, woo, buddy.
By then, it probably will be Jackson Dart, don't you think? By then?
Could be. It's
He'll
not going
be
to be
done.
DeVito. It won't be DeVito.
No.
All right, then they go into the bye, 2 straight wins.
Do you like the late bye?
No, I don't
Why?
love it. But I think it's also, in a way, they have buys. I mean, it's just, your body's so beaten up, and especially new head coach, new team. Like, you need that opportunity to catch your breath. I don't like the late bye.
I love them. I love them for veteran teams more, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I love them. I think if you're swimming near the waters of a wild card, you need that late bye because you can get healthy and then come out of that and boom, hit the home stretch strong.
Yes. Well, so coming out of the bye, I haven't beaten the Bills. At home, and this is where I go with the coaching advantage. Why they beat the Bengals? Extra prep. Thursday night game to facing the Bengals on Sunday.
Yeah.
Why do they beat the Bills? 2 weeks to prep against Josh Allen and Sean McDermott. And the Patriots have the clear coaching advantage in this matchup.
Yeah.
Sean McDermott's not a good head coach by any means. I really do not like him as a head coach. But Josh Allen keeps making these late playoff runs, which keeps giving Sean McDermott, job security. Out of the bye, at home, they beat the Bills. I really do think they beat the Bills.
I mean, listen, the Bills should have swept them last season. We all remember that stupid win at the end of the regular season for no reason at all that would have got them a number 1 draft pick. Another topic for another day. I'm not buying it. I mean, the Bills still almost won that game, by the way. I'm going to go Bills here until they're dethroned as the creme de la creme in the division. I'm not buying it. I'm going loss here for the Patriots.
What about next week at Baltimore, at the Ravens? Big crap cake.
Yeah, they're going to lose.
They're not ready for that yet.
Yes.
They're going to play then like some hype video for the Patriots in the locker room. Just you saying that and me going, they're not ready for that yet.
I mean, that's great.
Motivation.
Do it. We hope we're wrong. We just don't believe we are.
Next, week 17 on the road at the New York Jets. I haven't beaten the Jets.
I went loss here.
Yeah.
But it's because I gave them a win at home. So I think they split.
Kind of same thing. Our final game of the season at home against the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Patriots could be pushing for a playoff spot.
Yeah,
they beat the Dolphins.
This is the best team you want to see if you're the Patriots. It's going to be cold.
They're soft.
They're soft.
They stink.
They stink. I'm with you. I'm going win here. So listen, first half of the season, we were in lockstep. I was 5-4, you were 6-3. I don't know what you are for the second half. I am 3-5, but I know we went down different paths several times. They're not beating Burrow in his house. That's one that jumped out to me.
I'm 5-3 second half of the season.
Okay.
You went 3-5.
I went 3-5.
So here's my thing.
Some of these big games you're giving them, I'm not there yet. I think they're close.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to. I can't see you going into Cincy and beating the Bengals. I can't, in good conscience, think you're just going to beat the Bills because you're at home coming out of a bye. Like, the Bills are the Bills here. Like, some of these games where we differ, I'm not saying obviously you can't be right.
Yeah.
But I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm just not quite there yet.
Yeah.
I have them at 8 and 9. By the way, if I'm right, a couple of these games, we know how this goes. We sit here now and we go win, loss, win, we don't know Shaq, okay? A couple of these games are going to be coin flip, right?
Yeah.
So I'm at 8 and 9, which tells me you could easily make a left and go 7 and 10. Or 6 wins, or you can make a right and end up at 10 and 7 or 9 and 8.
Yes.
So I think 8 and 9, I feel very fair with that record.
My thing with this overall, Mike Vrabel said we want to be good enough to take advantage of bad teams. This is the schedule to do that.
Yes.
This is a very easy schedule. Here are the quarterbacks are facing. Geno Smith, good. Tua, at that point, will be healthy and is good.
Sure.
Week 2. Rodgers, washed.
Yep.
Bryce Young, okay, good.
Yeah, I like
Josh
him.
Allen, elite.
Yep.
Tyler Shuck, rookie.
Yep.
Cam Ward, rookie. Shador or Dylan Gabriel, rookie. Michael Penix, okay to good.
All right.
Baker Mayfield, good to better than good,
Yep.
right? Justin Fields, okay.
Yep.
Joe Burrow, elite.
Yes.
Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston, bad.
Yes.
Josh Allen, elite. Lamar, elite. Justin Fields, okay. Tua is going to be concussed end of the season.
Yes.
This is such an easy quarterback schedule in front of them. They face 3 elite quarterbacks. They face 3 rookies.
Yeah.
And they face a bunch of other, I don't know what you are.
You're right. And at best, you're average. I'm with you. So my record's 8 and 9. What do you have?
I have 11 and 6 total.
Lord have mercy.
That sounds like the playoffs.
Woo, God. Listen, if you're right, they might win the division, dog. They might win the division. The Bills' schedule is nothing nice. So I'm just not there yet, George. I want to be. I do. I would have to go out into them woods with Aaron Rodgers
I have them
to think that they're going to win 11 games.
I have them 3-3 in their division. That won't win it. Maybe
11 and 6 might win it, George.
Better record, don't win the division. Better record gets awarded.
seeding.
I don't know if they have a better record than the Bills, though. That's what it
11
comes down
wins,
to.
bro.
Hey, if they beat the
Jeez.
Jets twice and they split with the Bills, tiebreaker is, I think, a head-to-head result, too. I don't know what the tiebreaker is after that. We'll see if the new play more.
In your world, Mike Vrabel's coach of the year then.
1,000%.
Just telling you right now.
1,000%.
He's coach of the year.
Take that bet now.
Yeah,
hey,
facts.
one guy will bet on to be available for the Patriots. That's Christian Barmore. You'll hear from him coming up on the break, after the break on Foxborough Rush. Welcome back to Foxborough Rush Hour. We're going to dive into Christian Barmore. Spoke with the media yesterday. Will be available next week to do all football activities. Now, a quick recap on what last year was for him. Signed a 4-year, $92 million extension. Highest paid player in Patriots history, not named Tom Brady.
Wow.
Was diagnosed with blood clots at the end of July. Returned to the team November. Placed back on the NFI with blood clots with side effects December 19th. Now it sounds like he's a full go, sounded confident talking to the media. So let's start with that right here. Here's Christian Barmore speaking with the media about what caused the blood clots and everything moving forward.
There's so much did the doctors, they know what caused the blood clots and the recurrence?
That's the next question I'm told.
I take it since you're out there working, you've been cleared for football activity. I take it you've been cleared for football activities.
Well, yeah, that's so, yeah.
Obviously things can change between now and September, but do you anticipate being ready to go for week 1?
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, I just got to keep following the medical team, but everything looking real well. So, yeah.
Christian, are you a full participant when it comes to practices? You got one next week?
Yeah.
So the big one there, you hear, first question was, did the doctors explain to you what caused it? And he said, next question, want to move on.
Yeah.
So
It's none of your business was the
fine.
translation there, which
That's
is
fine.
right. This is bigger than football, obviously.
Yep.
The guy's healthy. That's what matters.
Yep.
Right? If he had never played football again, you got to make sure you're healthy and you're able, period. Now he's able to not only be healthy, but play ball. Let's do it. I'm with him. I would have answered the same way.
right, and then what's important is, are you going to be available week 1? Yeah. Will he be a full participant in practice? Yeah.
That's
the
right.
available week 1 is working with the doctors, making sure nothing comes back.
That's
but
right.
Sounds like he's a full go, which is huge for this defense. Terrell Williams is all about having 4 defensive linemen rushing the passer, not blitzing, having them wreak havoc.
That's right.
And everything we talk about, love the addition of Milton Williams, like the signing of Harold Landry, love Braden Swinton and Joshua Farmer as draft picks. Keon White, we'll see what his role is. Christian Barmore was the wild card. It's big that he's at least practicing right now. That's a step in the right direction. Now here's Christian Barmore on where his confidence is coming from, that he will be a full go and nothing will come back.
Really just enjoying the game that I love again, just not worrying about the stuff that was holding me back from, last year's stuff, and really just, enjoying, and blessing me playing the game, just feeling better, keep getting better, feeling good, more confidence in myself, back to my, breathing. So it's just like, I'm just feeling really good, talking my smack, yeah, all that, yeah.
I love how fired up he gets at the end of that.
Yeah. I mean,
Talking about smack, but he's talking about my breathing.
he's back.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously, blood clots that's scary stuff. That's
Yes.
life or death stuff. We understand that. But he's not coming off, what do we talk about all the time? Jason Tatum, will he ever be the same?
Yeah.
He's not coming off like a devastating physical Achilles or a ACL or anything like that. If he's feeling good, he's on the proper medication, he's literally back, and that's what he's telling you.
Yeah.
Everything, the trash talk, all of it, the dog, it's all back.
Talking about dogs, here was Christian Barmore when asked about the defensive line.
Yes, I'm really excited because I can literally, we got some hungry dogs, literally, and it just, the stuff, I'm really excited. It's just how's it really looking? I'm really I look at them, the team all the time, it's gonna be a dog, it's gonna be good. I just feel it, it's got a real good, I just love the defense, yeah.
I'm happy Christian Barmore press conferences are back.
Yeah.
Look at how locked in he's getting.
Yeah,
We got
no
some
doubt.
hungry dogs.
Yes.
Not just dogs.
Yes.
Hungry dogs, because a hungry dog's going to hunt.
Yep.
I just love how he's talking about this defense, and he sees how special they are, and he's such a good player. He is one of the best interior pass rushers
Yes.
in the NFL when he's on the field.
Yep.
He's one of the best players on this Patriots roster, period. He just has to be on the field. I'm excited he's back, and you're right. You point out he was dealing with blood clots. David Andrews dealt with them. He returned
That's right.
from it.
Yeah.
Other athletes, Serena Williams has dealt with them. She's returned from it.
Yep.
This isn't an anomaly. I'm happy that they took it serious last season. He came back to football and they said, no, don't do it, go back. And now he's a full go for his long-term health, his life. And then he's back to football. You can see how much it means to him.
Kudos to me and you, because all off season, as we're leading up to the draft and free agency, we're saying, if you have him healthy, if you have him healthy. Well, we like the moves the Patriots did. The reality is this would work without him, but
Yes.
with him, now you're next level, and it's fire. I can't wait to see it.
Now, here is Christian Barmore when asked what he was feeling. What were the emotions like as he was dealing with getting diagnosed with blood clots, returning to football, then once again needing to take a step back and be away from the team?
I'll say I was really confusing, anger, and just really mind-blowing because I was putting in a lot of work here at that time. And it's all that work I put in for none, I feels like. It's because I was doing everything I can just to come back for this team last year. And it's just I don't ever want to ever be in a situation again or anybody in the world to go through that because that stuff was not no joke. And it's somebody just it was just a hard challenge, like I said.
Are you afraid at all that they might recur again?
No.
That ending there, are you afraid it'll recur again? You hear something he said, he's I don't want anyone to have to deal with what I was going through, man.
Yep.
Add a perspective, and you see how hard he was working to get back. That's why he was so angry, because he was doing everything right. But sometimes you got to listen to your body. And again, Christian Barmore is so young. He's not even 26 yet. Need to listen to your body and do what's best for you.
Amen.
Here's Christian Barmore now. We hear all the stories about Mike Vrabel, players coach, relationships, etc. Here's
Vrabel, man, just a guy that, I could talk to, just a guy that, he's literally every time I talk to him, he's there for me. Just a guy that literally, he told me if you need anything, literally, just a guy that I really respect because, he played the game and, he knows, he knows like how the game goes, and he just I just love talking to him. He picked me up, and I really respect that, man. Yeah.
I mean, all these players love Mike Vrabel. We continue to hear the same sound bites over and
That's
over.
real.
Even from former players, too.
Yep.
But you know what can take it to the next level of like, yeah, we love you, but now it's devotion to you.
Yes.
We worship the ground you walk on. Is wins. If you get wins, everyone loves Vrabel, yeah, but then that can go up a notch, too, George, I'm telling you.
I mean, the way he says he picked me up. And, like, Mike Vrabel came in and he could have said, like, I don't need any player
That's
here.
right.
They're the coaches that do that with their ego.
That's right.
He knows how good Christian Barmore is. He knows how difficult it is, what he was going through.
Yep.
And he wasn't leaving that of, like, I'll leave him alone. If he shows up, he shows up.
Sure.
That's a head coach, like, completely taking over this entire team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We always hear about him being big on relationships and respect the team. If you respect the team, I'll respect you, and
That's
you
right.
get what you put in. That's Mike Vrabel respecting the team
That's
himself. Right. He's not a hypocrite.
That's right.
That's what point jumps out to me when Christian Barmore was talking about that.
Good point. You think Vrabel lines up against that big monster right
Yes.
there? Lord have mercy. Vrabel, you are crazy for real.
Him
Because
and-
that's a rookie's one thing. I ain't lining up against him.
Him and Milton Williams,
Oh.
interior of the pocket.
God.
Harold Landry, Braden Swinson off the edge.
Bro,
or
if you
Keon
go to
White.
dinner with those big boys, what does that bill look like?
I ain't taking him to the north end, that's for sure.
Right, facts.
All the apps.
Facts.
Get a steak with your pasta and another steak on the
Man.
side.
Yeah, we ain't making that kind of coin.
Hungry dogs, too. He's
Lord.
Travis Thomas. I'm George Balekji. This is Foxborough Rush. Appreciate you guys making us a part of your day. Make sure to catch new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. on Nessa Nation. Catch them all on YouTube as well. Make sure to leave a comment. We'll bring you in on the mailbag. We'll have one for you guys next week. We'll see you.